So we're going to pay a bill today, right? It's our water and sewer bill. Gonna have it every single month for the rest of my life. I'm gonna pay it. And Lindsay was going to the hospital. Had some family issues going on. Not with Lindsay, but some of Lindsay's family. But so I had the kids this evening, and I've been having them every week, and we've been doing some daily stuff that they don't usually do with me. And Mason's like, Dad, where are we going? I'm like, oh, bud, we gotta go pay a bill. And he's like, well, what do you mean pay a bill? So I was explaining to him, like, well, sometimes you owe people money and you got to pay for this and you got to pay for that. You got to pay your bills. And he's like, well, how many bills do you pay, Dad? And I was like, well, that's actually a great question, Mason. I said, with that, let me say this. You want to try and have the lowest amount of permanent bills as possible. And what I mean by permanent bills is everyone has to pay a water bill. Everyone has to pay an electricity bill.
The four walls.
Everyone has to pay, your trash bill, unless you burn it out in the backyard like my neighbor. Everyone has those typical bills they got to pay. The cool part is when you get rid of those non-permanent bills. You pay off your student loans, you no longer have a student loan bill. You pay off the credit cards, you no longer have a credit card bill. You pay off the medical bills, you no longer have a medical bill. You pay off the mortgage, you no longer have a mortgage bill. The goal, I think, big time here is, like Brad said, you can cut costs, you can do this, you can do that. It really comes down to, can you make the extra money to front that, to have that higher net margin after those bills are paid, which I totally agree. On top of that, on top of making the extra money, lower those permanent bills. Lower those permanent bills to the lowest amount possible that you can have. Literally, Lindsay and I have our water and sewer, electric, internet, phone bill, and maybe a couple others that are relatively small over the grand scheme of things. And if all hell broke loose and I didn't make any money for 6 months, we know that we could survive on the bare minimum, knowing we don't have any mortgage bills, or have any mortgage payments besides a rental property, which is hopefully getting paid by the tenant, plus some. But having those having those payments that are kind of the non-permanent is just going to be change. It really does change things, because when you're able to not have to worry about those, and all you got to do is focus on paying the water bill, the electric bill, whatever it may be, I mean, you're set. You're set. That's all that matters, and that's also the so much stress less that you have to worry about, because now when you're set up, you've paid off your mortgage, you've paid off your cars, you've paid off your credit cards, the medical bills, all of those expenses that add up every single month based on money that you've borrowed for these liabilities or whatever it may be. Once those are gone, once those debts are gone, you're set. Because if all you have to worry about is a measly little internet, electric, sewer, maybe a TV bill, whatever it may be, you're done. You're set. And you can even lower those. You can get rid of the TV bill and the internet bill if you want. But I mean, I need internet to work, and most people need internet to work as well. But lowering those permanent expenses on top of what Brad was saying as raising that income, it's the best scenario. And that's what I'm trying to do still to this day, is lower my permanent expenses, raise my income, knowing that I'm set.
Yeah. I at this point, I only think about income.